Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you want an emotional read, one that will give you all the feels, then The Second First Chance by Mona Shroff just might do it for you. You have two people bound by tragedy and separated by tragedy. They are Ria Desai and Dylan Avora. They grew up together. They were close. They hung out in the treehouse. They were playmates, best friends. Even as teenagers, it became something more. But there was a devastating house fire. Dylan's father lost his life, and Raya's older brother, Samir, lost his life. This was so tragic that it severed that relationship between Raya and Dylan. Fast forward some years later, and Dylan is a veterinarian, and Raya is a rookie firefighter. In fact, not only is she the only female firefighter at the firehouse, but she's also the only woman of color at this firehouse. So she's got more than one reason to prove herself. She has something else to prove. The fact that as long as she is able, she does not tell her family that she has become a firefighter. Because her family now is her mother and sister. Her parents and her sister. How will they accept the fact that she is a firefighter after they lost her brother, Samir? Really, really good story. It's very beautifully written. The couple is a really sensitive couple with a sensitive story. And one of the things, it's kind of like a second chance romance because they grew up together and they dated as teenagers. But the relationship as adults with their tragic past behind them and what brings them together in this story was done really, really well. I'm the best way to describe myself as a reviewer with diversity is BIPOC, okay? And so you have diverse characters in this story. They were Indian. And I loved it. I loved that their culture came through in this book. And when I say culture, it's expectations. And these expectations created communication gaps, maybe between the family members. And another thing I liked about this book with regard to Dylan is his relationship with his younger sister, his protective relationship with her. And I think that was a strong facet of this book. It's definitely a slow burn romance, because there's the drama and the trauma from the past and how they have to get past that in order to deal with growing feelings or a resurrecting of feelings that are developing between them. Then, of course, you have the dogs that are in this book because Dylan is a vet. And there's some sad moments. There's definitely some sad moments. But it was done really well. And that treehouse that they had when they were growing up, I love how that played into the story when they were adults. And then the last thing I'm going to say about this book that I liked is how... I guess I want to say connected. And that's where this book had a good emotional edge. Is the connection between them and how they traversed their conflicts, their hurdles that came up along the way. And I also loved that Raya chose a career that may have been shocking to the people around her, but how dedicated she was to that. Especially because, you know, she was constantly having to prove herself, you know, being a woman of color. You know, really, really, really good book. It was very, very deep because of some of the painful parts. That's why I mentioned a few moments ago that there were some sad moments in the story, but very, very warm conclusion and very, very well done. So I'm going to check Goodreads to see if I've read anything else by this author, because her writing was good, her background is good, the background of the characters was excellent, and I want to recommend her. So I'm just going to check Goodreads to see if there's anything else that I've read by her. And it looks to me like I did read something by her. It was the 5-day reunion. I read this back in January. So yeah, I guess I'm a fan. Alrighty, I just wanted to check that. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.